Hello everyone, my name is Roya, and today I'm going to be telling you about some things to keep in mind when self-publishing your book. And this is mostly focused on the book promotion aspect, because though I knew exactly what I was getting into when I self-published my book, there are also a lot of things that I wish I had kept in mind and all of that. So I'm going to share these things with you. So if you don't know, I'm the author of Unicorn Hunting as well as a novella called The Sleeping Sickness, and I do also self-publish romance books under a fictitious name. I originally became a self-published author because I was with a band that I booked shows for basically from dawn till dusk, and I was literally some days up from 6 a.m. to midnight, basically booking tours, etc., etc. I was going on tour with this band frequently. I ended up in the band shortly after, which made me even busier because I was still doing all of that stuff. So, yeah, that is why I chose to self-publish my book, because of course, like everybody, I was querying agents every day and all of that, and then it got to the point where I needed to just publish this book because it was ready to be out there. It was the best book that it could be, unlike my other books. So I realized I need to do this, and this is the best thing for me to do with this book. So that's my story, and so I'm going to tell you about things specifically that I wish I had known back then, because even though I am pretty good at marketing myself and promoting my books, there is a lot that you kind of have to be familiar enough with the publishing industry to know about that I've only learned sort of in my time reviewing books, and I didn't really necessarily know these things then. The first thing is that you do need to do some kind of paid promotion. So I was a starving musician at the time when I self-published this book initially, and so obviously paid promotion was not the first thing on my mind, but let me tell you, it is crucial to the success of your book. So obviously the most popular place to promote your book is BookBub, because they send out a newsletter that gives people, their audience, that gives their subscribers the categories of books by genre, or whether it's YA or whatever, that they signed up to get recommendations for, and these are free or discounted ebooks. So that's a lot of people, that's like tens of thousands of people who are going to get your book in front of them to potentially pick up and read. So however, BookBub is because they have the largest audience, they only accept about 20% of the books that they get for submission for one of these deals. So you do have to submit your book to them multiple times. So what I recommend doing first is finding a similar website that does the same thing, and they just don't have as big of an audience, so they're not getting as many, they're more likely to accept your book. So then once you do that a couple of times, once you have like at least 100 or 200 Amazon reviews, the more the better, then you have a better chance when you submit your book to BookBub for one of those deals. And then I'm still trying to figure out exactly what works the best for me, but I would definitely recommend doing an ebook promo like that about every like 3 or 4 months, if not more. I'm thinking 3 months is probably good enough, but you know, I haven't been doing the paid promotion thing very long, so I'm still trying to figure out what works best for me. And of course, it may depend on your genre or your category of book and all of that, because certain books will sell more once they, gain that traction than others, and others might need more. So it just depends. So thing number 2 is, if you're publishing a series, make sure that you have the other books in the series at least somewhat close to being ready. So even if you don't have a complete draft of one, have like half of a complete draft of one or more than that. Because, so when you look at the successful self-published authors who have series, if you look at the publication dates for those series, they came out quick after each other. So Elise Kova's Air Awakens series, that whole 5-book series came out within a 2-year period. She wasn't releasing them yearly, she was releasing 2 or 3 in a year. Same thing with Jennifer Ann Davis, who wrote the True Rain series, and she has several other series as well. She released her books like easily within a year of each other. Like she wrote the True Rain trilogy within a year, the whole thing like published, I mean. So she must have had the following books in the series at least somewhat close to being ready to go. Ideally, the quicker you can publish book after book, the more likely you are to have those books kind of gain some more exposure. And then also the best thing too is if you have multiple books in a series out and then you do an ebook promo like I was describing, then especially if it's on Amazon, when somebody clicks that book and buys it, whether it's free or discounted or whatever, it shows them the next book in the series. So there's a chance that they might click on that and go, oh, hey, look, this is a series. There's another one. Click buy. So it really just depends. Like if you have the second book out already or something like that, when you do a deal on the first book, then people are more likely to buy both, etc. Thing number 3 is to do as much promotion as possible when the book is first out. So yes, you can, when the book has already been out for like a year, you can certainly still send it to reviewers if you want to. You can certainly still do giveaways. You can certainly do a discounted ebook deal, whatever you want to do. However, it doesn't quite have the same impact as it did when the first book comes out. I didn't realize when I published my book like how much less of an impact it really has to do a giveaway like a year or 2 after its release. So it's kind of weird that way, that I don't know what it is necessarily, and it's certainly not something I would have thought of without being a book reviewer, that, you know, usually people don't receive backlist titles or anything for promotion for a reason. So of course you can certainly promote the first book in a series again when the second one comes out, because then you can say, hey, the second one just came out, here's a sale on the first one, or here's a giveaway for the first one, whatever it is you want to do. That makes perfect sense as well. But if your second book is not out yet or anything like that, definitely do as much promotion as you can as close to the release of the first one as you can. I hope you guys have found some of these things useful. I should also mention that when I was about to film this video, I actually saw a booktuber named Brittany Moore do something similar to this. I was initially going to title this tips and tricks for self-publishing or something, but when she actually made a similar video and titled it 5 things I wish I knew before I self-published or something like that, it definitely seemed like a better, you know, way to go about filming this video. And she does have completely different advice than I do in this video. Like she named completely different 5 things than I did. None of them are the same ones. So if you would like further advice on self-publishing, definitely check out her video. I will leave a link to it down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you soon with a new one. Bye!